Deep Purple sucks.
Hello, Audioholics. This is Logan, and welcome back to Rolling Drones. Today, we are going to be continuing our quest to look at the top 100 metal albums of all time, according to Rolling Stone magazine. And here we have a thrash rap group, Body Count, fronted by Ice-T. And speaking of Ice-T, here is Ice Tyler.
Excuse me, my name is Evil Dick. And if you listen
Oh,
out, you'll understand what happens when I get my way.
whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, so opinions.
Alright, so my opinion on this album. Listen, I was not prepared for this. All I knew about this album going in is that Ice-T was in it, and he was
Yeah.
the vocalist. So I knew nothing about it going in, and oh man, I was expecting like some Limp Bizkit Rage Against the Machine shit, and that is not at all what I got. What I got was a thrash metal record with fantastic fucking riffs, standout drumming, and now on to the important bit. This record is awesome. Although the song Body Count is in the House fucking sucks. It's literally just like 6 minutes of body count in the house, body count in the house, body count in the house. Like, we get it. We get it.
I
When
have a
Logan and I
question.
listened to this, I just kept texting him like, "Hey Logan, do you think body count is in the house?" I can't tell. The
I
album's
can't
not.
really tell either. Yeah. I was gonna ask that question. Tyler? Do you think that um, the quantity of unliving corpses is in the domestic domain?
I do. I do. Thank you for asking that amazing question.
Thank you.
No, but honestly, like this album touches topics that most metal bands won't fucking touch, such as killing cops to protest against police brutality, killing a mother for being racist, and they do that in excruciating detail. They talk about racism in the metal community and more. This record is all about racism. But it doesn't like to sit there and wallow in its seriousness. It takes a second to be fucking hilarious at times. Look at the earlier mentioned song, Evil Dick, for a demonstration of that. That song, I bust a fucking gut listening to that. And as soon as we're done recording these videos, I'm showing my fiance. Because she's gonna love it. That song is fucking. Didn't they like literally record Ice-T fucking some chick on the album? That's what it
I
sounds
don't
like.
fucking. He seems like he was having a good time either way.
Yeah. The essential tracks on this album are "There Goes the Neighborhood," "Come On," that's a clap. Boom, there goes the neighborhood. "Mama's Gotta Die Tonight," that's the song I talked about earlier, which is about killing a mother for being racist. I forgot to add a third song, but honestly, guys, throw a fucking dart. This album is
Yeah.
really good. The only problem with it is that there are some like parts of it that are annoying, like Body Count is in the House. That's probably the worst song on the album by far. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that. All that said, I'm gonna give this a B tier underneath White Zombie, and the reason I'm giving it that is because of the fact that there is some repetitivity in this album, and honestly, the song "Cop Killer" kind of sucks. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it's really fucking like at the time it was crazy to have a song called "Cop Killer," especially a song called "Cop Killer" sung by a black rapper. That was insane. It was what, like censored.
Yeah, exactly. They cut it off the album.
Say something against it? I'm pretty sure he did.
Who?
President Bush. I'm pretty sure
Oh
I
yeah,
read
yeah, yeah. The George
something about
H.W. Bush, the first one.
yeah. It's crazy, and it honestly, it's not even the most offensive song on the album from
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Like, you know,
Mama's Gonna Die Tonight is
well,
way worse.
exactly. So do you have any finishing thoughts? Because I might actually just pick up on where you left off, if not.
Yeah, you can go on.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing and like kind of the most telling thing is Okay, so you have a song called Cop Killer. All right, fine, that's edgy. And then you have a song that came out, I think, the exact same year, right? 1992. Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of. George Bush didn't name drop that song. That's still on the
Yeah, but
album.
that
You
song
can,
was explicitly about killing police.
I mean, some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. I'm pretty sure that's about police.
Well, yeah, but not about killing police. That's probably the important difference.
I guess.
I mean, honestly, I think Body Count did it way better. They had a much more powerful way of talking about these issues, especially since it came from somebody who's directly involved in these issues. A
Exactly.
real living black man in metal. Oh my god, the unicorn.
You know what though? And you were talking about like sexism in metal. That's still a
Racism in
thing.
metal.
Or I'm sorry, yeah, racism in metal. That's still a thing.
Oh yeah,
Like
like there goes the neighborhood. That's what that entire song is about. Like, oh, look at the black guy banging on his guitar. There goes the neighborhood.
it's like, okay, like how many metal like there's like, Nightwish, which we'll actually be covering in the next episode. Hailstorm.
Are we
I
talking about
mean,
women in metal?
women in metal, yeah.
It's
And
a lot
then
more common today than it was back then. But like black
yeah,
people are still there's just not many,
like okay,
especially
we have Fever
like
333, Living Color.
yeah. But Fever 333, the guy who's in that band, he's I think like mixed race. He's not black.
Okay, I think the guy from Living Color might be as well. I don't
He
know.
is. I think the whole band is black. Living
I
Color.
don't know if I don't know if he's whatever. It's not really important. But
Howard Jones is a big name. He was the lead singer of Killswitch Engage for a long time.
is he black? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like you don't really have much, and it's kind of interesting to me because like you have so many metal rap albums. I mean, you have new metal, which is essentially just metal, possibly just specifically like thrash metal mixed together with rap. I mean, you have like, of course, Disturbed, System of a Down, um, Limp Bizkit, of course, and you have all of these white people doing rap in metal. Not a lot of black people doing really anything of anything in metal. So now on to my opinion. I do share the negative thoughts of Body Count in the House, and really that's the only bad song I can point to in this album. That being said, I don't think it ruins the album enough to make it anything less than an S ranked album. And I am trying, there we go, to put it below Gojira. This
Really,
has
you like?
become, yeah, I gave it an S rating. This has become one of my favorite albums. Consistently good, maybe not entirely, but for the most part, really, really solid. And I guess I would say Cop Killer, but the way I see that is most people who own this album do not own the version with Cop Killer. So therefore, I think in this case, it's less relevant. And the song they replace it with, Freedom of Speech, I think is really good. It's basically just like a fuck you to whoever was censoring Cop Killer, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty much.
Against the Machine. Oh, yeah. I was just like reading something off. But the best songs, KKK Bitch, Body Count. Not Body Count is in the House. There's another song just called Body Count. That's really good. And Mama's Gonna Die Tonight. Those are my three favorite songs. I would say maybe Evil Dick is an unofficial fourth, just because it's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, and by the way, for some godforsaken reason, neither of us have listened to the new Body Count album, which I think came out this year.
Oh, they came out with a couple ones, I think.
Not this year. They
Not
only
this
ever put
year,
out
but like they have this one, and then they have like a couple afterwards. And I'm gonna say this right now. If I die tomorrow, my only regret is that I will have not listened to the other two body count or is it two? I don't know. The other body count
Yeah,
albums.
you know what? I think I'm gonna listen to the newest one today.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make time for it because I feel like I've been putting it off for too long. I mean, it's got to be amazing. This is the
yeah,
perfect time and era for body count to come.
exactly. Exactly. So, do you have anything more to say?
I mean, I think the thing that I want to say is go back to my list real quick.
Uh,
Listen, I put this in where I put it because musically, I think it belongs there. I don't think it deserves to be any higher,
well, what is
but
your opinion? This isn't objective. What is your opinion?
I think well, yeah, that is my opinion. I think it belongs in B tier, but the important thing is that this is probably the most important album that we have covered on this list
So
because
far, at least.
yeah, so far at least, this is the most important album we covered, and I'm not just talking about influence. In fact, I'm not talking about music at all. Politically and as a protest record, this album accomplished a lot. This album made waves. This is arguably more powerful than anything Rage Against the Machine ever did or said. And I
Wow.
don't think anybody gives it credit for that.
Yeah. And again,
So,
like, we're harping on about this, and I don't want to play identity politics too long, obviously, but
yeah,
not only was this a really powerful protest record, it transcended racial boundaries. There was Living Color, and honestly, that's mostly it
at the
at
time,
the
yeah.
time.
So, Ice-T is a absolute genius for making this record. I just wish musically it was a little stronger. And that's the only
Well,
reason it's B tier, but it
well,
would be
personally,
S
I
tier.
wish that he had never even heard of Black Sabbath, because then that would be another crisis averted. Anyway,
Forbidden joke is forbidden.
yes.
All
Right.
right, I think we can wrap it up now.
All right. Goodbye. And thank you for watching Rolling Drones. Join us next time when we review Once by Nightwish. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye bye.
We are in the
I'm
house.
realizing